Hey there, folks. Santee at the Arizona Ghost Riders here. Buscadero rigs. Let's check them out. I get questions about this gun rig frequently, and thought I'd better set the record straight. We've all seen it in Western movies and some shows at theme parks or events. But, was it around in the era we know as the Old West? What's the deal? Throughout the 19th century, guns and holsters could be carried many ways. The most iconic was hanging off a belt not far from the hand that would get it into play should the need arise. Many photos indicate that these were worn high up on the waist. This would put access to the gun between your elbow and wrist. Drawing it would mean bringing your hand up to grab the grip of the gun. The idea of a low-slung holster that puts the grip closer to your hand for a faster draw makes perfect sense and could save you precious time in getting your revolver on target. In fact, some photos of the time depict this as well. But if you're on horseback, a low-slung holster is awkward and an unlikely carry method. The gun, being in line with your leg, could easily fall out at a gallop. Sometime in the 1920s, as the Western became popular, a rig was developed that made a draw really fast. It had additional leather that extended down past the bottom of the belt with a slit that a holster flap would go through. This set the holster below the waist, usually in line with your wrist, so with minimal movement that gun was in your hand. It was named the Buscadero, which translates as a man who searches. I guess the idea is you're searching for the gun, although it's right there at your wrist, so yeah. There was also a tie down that would keep the holster from slapping against your thigh when walking. The rig looks good and is fast too. The problem is, this holster belt combo did not exist in the era of westward expansion.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Hollywood took to them like lonely old ladies to kiddies. Studios were having them custom made for actors with fancy decorations and buckles. Later on, when fast draw became a craze, the holster got steel linings to keep its shape for an even quicker draw. When I was growing up watching westerns, they were so common that when I didn't see the Buscadero, I thought something was wrong with the wardrobe department. There is a lot of conjecture about this famous 1885 photo of Commodore Perry Owens. He was an Arizona lawman who single-handedly shot 4 members of an outlaw family while serving a warrant. This photo sure looks like he's wearing a Buscadero rig, but he isn't. His holster flap is tucked up under that impressive cartridge belt, undoubtedly the photographer's choice. My first gun leather was a worn-out Buscadero rig I found in an antique store. Although the leather was cracked and its stitching was coming apart, I got fast drawing my toy revolvers. Please don't think I'm damning Buscadero rigs. Although they aren't period correct, that doesn't mean they are to be shunned. Quite the contrary. These rigs are a significant part of what made the world love the Wild West. Roy Rogers, Tom Mix, the Lone Ranger, literally dozens of Western stars wore them. Sheriff Matt Dillon would have died about 600 times if it wasn't for that fast draw rig he had. However, Westerns have leaned towards a more historically accurate approach in the last 25 years, and that helps spread the knowledge and appreciation of the era. Buscadero rigs are still made today. Many are mass-produced in Mexico and can be found in gift shops all over the West. They tend to cost less than a more historical rig and come in many styles and colors. Mitch Harrod sports them in his weekly train robbery in Missouri as Jesse James, so they're definitely out there. Having one is owning a piece of the Western genre, which is history. Oh, cool, you brought them. That's awesome. All right, so we have a representation of historical
For Cheyenne Double Loop.
and Hollywood.
That's Hollywood Buscadero rig.
Yeah, awesome. Do you know why it's called a Buscadero rig?
I have no idea. Would you tell me?
Well, it means a man who searches.
Well, I understand that. Have you ever wore one? Because every time you reach for your gun, you'd be searching for it.
Yeah, I guess you're right, yeah. Huh, that's pretty neat though. You're gonna put it on, right?
No, I figured I would bring one for you and decide to wear one.
Oh, okay. Well,
You put it on. Yeah, that's probably the best way.
there you go. It's easy to get to now. All right, well, thanks for watching, folks. And as always,
Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the trail.
you were actually leaving,
That
so it
looks
was
good.
you were
I'm
leaving. I
still
thought
leaving. Yeah.
Oh,